Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to, if I can try to interpret what this loan is all about, and I hope, if I'm wrong, I can get some level of clarification. To my mind, St. Lucia had debt obligations to the CDB of approximately 10.7 million US dollars, which is about 23 million EC dollars. And we had to pay back the CDB this $23 million between October 2020 and September 2021. And the CDB, and obviously we may not have been able to pay it, so the CDB is granting us a loan to pay themselves because we are not able to pay them. Is it similar to say that if it is a normal transaction, you are using a credit card to pay another credit card? That is to my mind what we are doing. We're using one credit card to pay another credit card. And I think if that's what we're doing, we should have explained to the people of St. Lucia that we are actually borrowing to pay, not to pay debt, but to pay what we should have been paying back. And I just need to know whether that is what we're doing. We're using one credit card to pay another credit card. So to my mind, that is what we're doing. I think that the Prime Minister should have explained it better, because we have different variations of how what St. Lucia's position is. At some point, St. Lucia is doing very well. At some point, we have a debt to GDP ratio that is below our levels, that we're doing fantastic. We have good financial management, and on another note, we have to borrow to pay debt. I think it is necessary that the people of St. Lucia get a true picture of what the economy of St. Lucia is like. We understand that COVID, the government did not cause COVID. We understand that. But what has happened is the mixed messages. One budget, you have a deficit of $500 million. Another time, you have civil servants saying you're going to inject $500 million in the economy. What really are we telling the people of St. Lucia? 1 minute, we have no money. The other minute, we are building roads and moving garbage dumps. What really are we doing? Why don't we sit and have an honest conversation with the people of St. Lucia and tell them the situation? We know elections are near. We know 4 years is actually not 40 years. 4 years are over. And regardless of what we do, tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, and the time will come. And I sat here and they laughed at me. And I said to them, you all are laughing, but 4 years is not 40 years. And they laughed and they roared. But right now the reality has come that we actually in the 5th year. So why aren't we being honest? Why aren't we saying, why we came and we explained that the debt situation was crucial? They said, no. We've borrowed less and managed the economy well because of rebasing. We said that. And right now, the chickens have come home. We see what's happening. I think the government should be honest with the people of St. Lucia. Because reality, no matter how you try to hide it. Only last week, Carrie Chris said that our debt situation with our creditworthiness, we've been downgraded. And no matter if you attack us, the fact is, that's a fact. Because our borrowing has not been selective. We've borrowed when we should not have borrowed. We've borrowed for projects that we should not have borrowed for. And we're still doing the same thing. But we believe that the way to get away with it is to abuse, to attack people, to have surrogates saying all kinds of things about them. But the reality is here. And the people of St. Lucia are seeing the reality, as was just done last week by a credit rating body. And we can't hide it. We can't hide it. We can hide it to win an election. But the reality will hit us. Just like the NIC. The reality is going to hit us. I want to urge the government to get responsible and tell the people what they really are doing. We have one credit card to pay another credit card. Having said so, Mr. Speaker, I see that this loan is to bolster economic and social recovery. Of course, there is need for economic and social recovery because COVID hit the entire world. The second is, we understand that there may be a second wave. And the literature says it may be a financial wave, worse than the first. Yeah, it is there. But is the government really handling this economic and social recovery properly? Are the people of St. Lucia really benefiting from the economic and social recovery? Are the members of the public who support the opposition benefiting from the social and economic recovery? Mr. Speaker, you know, sometimes in my political life, I'm baffled at the things that we try to make people pay for just for political purposes. I came here in this honorable house and I made the point, talking about social and economic recovery. I made the point about a comfort station in the Marchand Boulevard. I made a point. I said, we are talking about COVID, and we're talking about people washing their hands and sanitation. And I said to this government, there is a comfort station that the Caribbean Development Bank financed through the Poverty Reduction Fund in St. Lucia. And this facility has been left abandoned. I came, I pleaded. I said, it's not for me. It wasn't for me. You're talking about social and economic recovery. This government, every one of them ridiculed me. They put my picture in a toilet. You understand? Laughing. Forgetting that some of them, in their youth, they had to use the same freeness. Praise God. Praise God, I never had to. They came and they ridiculed me. That was a joke. You understand? They said that I should put skyscrapers in Marchand instead of talking about a toilet facility. Talking about social and economic recovery. That's what we're talking about. Social recovery, using the $10 million of social recovery. Because, Mr. Speaker, this government is self-righteous. It lives in an alternative reality. And they don't understand that all of this $10 million US that they are borrowing, they could take at least 5 million and fix 5,000 and fix the facility in the George Charles Boulevard. So regardless of whatever they say, I will say it every time I have the opportunity to say it. And if they do not do it, I'm going to write the Caribbean Development Bank and tell them that their investment of $1 million is being left to ruin by a government that wants to practice political retribution on me. Because that can't be right, Mr. Speaker. That can't be right. $10 million bolster economic and social recovery. Talking about economic recovery, Mr. Speaker, this government, they have taken up, they give out food in boxes. Sometimes they give bananas and these kind of things. I am the parliamentary rep for Cashews East. No government agency has ever come to me, boasting economic and social recovery, and said to me, Here is one box to distribute among your people. Not one to distribute them, not one. But what I see rejected candidates all over the place. Cell phone in hand, carrying boxes. That is the country we live in. And we speak about COVID and we are all in. That is the level of petty victimization that we have in this country, Mr. Speaker. And I will speak about it. And I hope the people who are hearing me, the people outside who pretend that this government is a government for all the people, and the platitudes that we say in our speeches and in the House. Let the people of St. Lucia tell you what they are going through. Economic and social recovery. Let's talk about the abuse that paid government surrogates deal with on us, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I understand COVID. I know the COVID situation, but I can't understand why this government can practice so much political retribution, social and economic recovery. We are at a time when people are frustrated, Mr. Speaker. But you know, there's a little park in Toulouse, in my constituency, a little park that I built, that the government built for Taiwanese funds. There's Wi-Fi in that park, Wi-Fi. The government refuses to pay for it. Refuses. They've left the park closed. And they say, I'm supposed to open it. Of course, the park is open, but the swings are bad. The grass is not cut. The hedges are overgrown. It doesn't take, in this social economic recovery, it will not take, for my constituency, it will not cost $20,000 to do these two things. But you don't know what they intend to say? What Pierre do for Marchand? The raw politics. So my people are suffering because they want to win a seat that they cannot win. So they allow the poor children in Toulouse to suffer, Mr. Speaker, to suffer. I see the kids. I know how they used to go in the park and play. I know how they used to get back. I come and I plead for it. I plead. I've written the Castries City Council, or whatever they call it, but they write me off. I mean, all kind of excuses. But I say, Mr. Speaker, we can get political power here. We can do what we want people here, but there's something called retribution that we will pay at some point. It may not be political retribution, but it will be other retribution. So, Mr. Speaker, whereas I understand the need for us to find some way to build back after COVID, I'm saying to you, what this government is doing is cruel to make people suffer because they want to win an election. And I've given you two examples, two simple examples. And I want you, Mr. Speaker, let's go and see it. Let us go to the Marshall Boulevard and look at the facility. Let us go to the Toulouse Park and look at the park. And you'll see what this government, the pain and the suffering that they are inflicting on the people of my constituency because they want to win the seat. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope that the economic and social recovery that we are speaking about, it is balanced, that people do not get victimized because they support the St. Lucia Labour Party, that our representatives are given at least some level of latitude to help the people who support us, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, social and economic recovery. There was a school book, there was the SSDF. They are supposed to be doing, or they used to do, relief, school book relief. Now, the government has changed it. They have people lining up in the hot sun. There are people who line up from 4 o'clock in the morning.
Honorable member, I think you may be taking your debate contribution beyond the boundaries now of the resolution.
Mr. Speaker, if I can say it, I yield.